Hey Chelsea, I'm Nicole Conte and I'm one of the co-hosts of Alabaster Living and the host of Calera Living, and we are so excited to bring Chelsea Living to you guys. Hopefully you have seen our promo, and I am so excited to introduce to you your new host, Jeff Beavers. Now, Jeff, you've been around Chelsea for a little while now, right?
About 20 years.
Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
First of all, like I said, my wife and I have lived in Chelsea for about 20 years. We moved from the Helena area. My wife is from Chilton County. I'm from Blount County originally. Once we moved to Chelsea, we just decided that it was the place that we wanted to be. You've got the small town feel. You've got the people that seem to, anywhere you go, seem to know who you are. Which can be a positive and sometimes it can be a negative. But for the most part, we've got two sons. I've got a senior this year, and we have a fifth grader. My senior is on the varsity soccer team, and my fifth grader plays lacrosse and is on the football team. I also coach in between everything. I coach youth sports. I've been doing that for probably, oh my goodness, I would say 13 to 15 years. And my wife, she's a school teacher. This is her 26th year teaching third grade. So, it's just, Chelsea reminds us a lot of the places that we grew up.
Right.
And I think that's why we gravitate toward a place like that.
Absolutely. So you got lots of little plugins in the community. I know you've already been out and about a little bit. You guys have been filming around town.
Right.
So guys, make sure that you stay tuned for our first episode of Chelsea Living. We cannot wait to bring it to you.
Hey guys, I am very excited to introduce to you one of our sponsors, Chelsea Orthodontics. I'm here talking with Dr. Kelly Page, and Dr. Page, we appreciate you having us here.
Yes, excited.
And sure, well, tell me a little bit about yourself and also about Chelsea Orthodontics.
I have been here in this location a little over 10 years, about 11 years. I graduated from dental school in '97 from UAB. I did my undergraduate, my dental school, and my orthodontics all here. Our office is very small, hometown. We offer the highest technology and a very comfortable, fun atmosphere. Our goal is just to do excellent care, and we want our patients to feel like family.
So I'm assuming that that's what makes your office unique to Chelsea, is the fact of where it's more of a down-home, family-type atmosphere?
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what we strive for.
So also, you guys, you were telling me earlier, braces would be your main thing.
Yes, that's correct.
And with the way the technology has changed, how long does it normally take someone from the time that they sit in the chair until the time they walk out?
We typically schedule about an hour for patients that are starting in just the traditional braces. From the time they walk in the door, and we take the records, which is pictures and molds of their teeth, to putting the braces on and the wires and the colors, and then giving them all the tools and the directions they need to be able to take good care of them.
I've got an 11-year-old that's going to need braces. So with that being the case, what would be our first step?
We start off with our consultation appointment. So you and your child will meet with me and my treatment coordinator, Lisa. At that point, our consultations are complimentary. So when you schedule and you're not sure if you need braces or not, don't worry about that. Go ahead and just schedule with us. We set aside about 45 minutes for you to meet with me and my treatment coordinator. And I will look at your son's teeth and give my treatment plan options, and then Lisa will go over things such as insurance. They will check to see how much your insurance will pay. We have some no interest payment plans that we can set up, and we'll talk about down payment and all those different things. And if you decide you're ready to go, then the next appointment you would schedule would be actually taking the records and putting the braces on.
This is a really cool place. Tell me about some of the technology that you guys use.
Sure. We're very excited about recent new technology we got, which is our digital scanner. So I don't know if you remember all the gooey molds you used to have to take at the dental office that no one's very happy with. We now have a scanner, so it computer scans the mouth. We can order appliances, initial records, final records, retainers. It's been a great addition to our office. We're also completely digital, so we don't have the paper charts. Our photography is digital, our x-ray is digital, so very low as far as radiation is concerned. So we have the highest technology available here. So
That's awesome. I do have one last question.
Sure.
When you're going through dental school, is it mandatory that they teach you guys to talk to patients when our mouths are full?
That is part of the part of it. You learn how to do that, and then you get your degree.
So tell everyone how they can get in touch with you. Also, if you've got a web page and how they need to go about finding you.
Sure. Yes, we have a website at chelseabraces.com. You can reach us by phone. We have lots of wonderful staff here to take your calls and answer your questions, and our number is 205-678-2770. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're out there, so you can find us.
And tell us where you're located.
We are located at 300 Jade Park. We're in Suite 301. We're right on the Chester Crane Cutoff Road, right down from the Ditsy Daisy on 280.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. Guys, come out and support Chelsea Orthodontics. Hey guys, I'm here at Forest Oaks Elementary and I'm speaking with Assistant Principal Miss Stevie Sims. And even though the school year is winding down, we still have a lot of information that we need to get out, particularly about kindergarten registration or something like that. Is there something you can tell us about this?
Yes, sir. So we have summer registration coming up July 11th and 12th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., July 15th and 16th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and also on July 17th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. we will be accepting registration confirmation from parents for their students who are registering at Forest Oaks. We will be able to accept 2 proofs of residence, these being mortgage statements, property deeds, property tax records, apartment lease, utilities such as power, water, gas, or garbage. And so we will need 2 of these proofs of residence with the June, July service dates on them.
So give us a little bit more information where they can find this online.
Okay, so parents can go to the Shelby County website and look on our Forest Oaks page, and they can locate it under the Student Enrollment Registration tab or under the Google Calendar that's also located on our page.
So that's a lot of good information, and it's good that the information is out there, but let's not wait till the last minute is what you're saying, correct?
Absolutely, that's correct. As soon as you can get it in with the June, July service dates, the better off we'll all be.
Ms. Sims, if you can, give me a little bit about your background.
I have been the assistant principal at Forest Oaks since its opening in 2013. I've been an administrator for 14 years, and my background in education started actually in speech pathology and audiology, where I graduated from Auburn University.
Very good.
And thank you, War Eagle. And then I moved to Birmingham in 2000 whenever I got married, and then pursued my master's in administration and also my educational specialist degree in administration at that time, and have loved and enjoyed being an administrator ever since. I worked at Meadowview Elementary School and Vincent Elementary School as the assistant principal, and then Chelsea Intermediate School before it became Forest Oaks.
Well, very good, very good. And again, my son hasn't been in the principal's office lately, has he?
Not today.
Not today. Okay, well, that's a plus. Hey guys, we're excited to bring you one of Chelsea's own, Miss Melanie Sanders, and she's got a wonderful story of motivation to tell us. Melanie, I appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you.
And can you tell us an overview as far as how you got to this point and the struggle that you went through and basically the motivation that came out of it?
I was diagnosed May 16th of 2017 with invasive ductal carcinoma in my left breast. And prior to that, the month before, I'd had my mammogram. And so my biopsy was that day on the 16th. And 2 days after my mammogram, I started my yoga teacher training. And it was kind of an adventure to do that anyways, but knowing that I was probably dealing with an issue, because at that point I just knew that I had something there, you know, a lump, which I was wanting to think was a cyst, but wasn't. So I went through my surgery on June 1st, and I had a lumpectomy, and they took 12 lymph nodes out of my left arm because they found a small amount of cells on one lymph node, so they took 12, and I'm left-handed. So that greatly impacted my life, as you can imagine. Made it harder for me to just do anything normal. My husband, Craig, helped me a whole lot, just did a lot for me. My wonderful friends and yoga students brought me meals and checked on me, got lots of cards, letters, my yoga sisters. But I just sat there in my bed after I got home from surgery. Everything went well. They got all the cancer. And all I could do was breathe at that point, practice pranayama, and be grateful. And I just sat there as I just acknowledged that this was the body I had, and accepted it the way that it was. Never experienced any anger. I'm grateful for that. And just saw this as the beautiful gift that it has become. I knew it then when it was happening to me, which was beautiful that I could see that at that time. And 9 days later, I was back on the mat. 3 weeks after surgery, I was back teaching. I was doing some volunteer classes while I was going through my training. And one of the things I'm most proud of is the day that I got my drain out, which was June 13th, 12 days after my surgery. My husband and I were on the lawn, Lakewood Amphitheater, to see Dead and Company, Grateful Dead spinoff. And I was grateful to be there, and I would have taken the drain with me if I had to. But we bought the tickets before I was diagnosed, and I made a goal that I was going to be there. And I've just yoga has been an incredible tool to help me experience that gratitude and that peace, and to find that healing, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
So once you were diagnosed and you went through everything, were you still trying to teach?
Yes, I taught classes at the community center, and then after I graduated, I taught at a studio, and then I decided that the type of special knowledge that I have been gifted through this affliction is that I really want to work one-on-one and in very small groups to really make the yoga session truly about the student. I felt like in the larger venues, it was harder to be able to see what was happening in their body and to be able to communicate with them and really get that feedback so that I can give, help them find their own healing. There's thousands of yoga poses, and we're not meant to do all of them. And so when I construct a class, I may construct a class with a pose that your body just can't do, even with the modifications that I offer. So in this setting that I teach in, I can totally tailor it to the student and where their body is at that moment. Right.
Well, I know it's, you can look at me and probably tell that I'm a yoga master. But what, as far as the business is concerned, the classes that you teach, do you normally just have students come here? Do you go and teach classes?
I do both. I have students that come here, and I have class times available just every day of the week. It depends on their schedule and my schedule. I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, so I try to work around the family schedule. So, but I do some evening classes too, if that's something that people want to do. I have one-on-one students, and I have classes with 2 students, and then I can go off-site. That's what my studio accommodates here. And then I can go off-site. Like this evening, I'm doing a yoga birthday party for a dear friend.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to do yoga, and then they're going to celebrate her birthday. But when you were talking about that you look like a yoga master, I just want to make a statement about that. It was developed as a practice for everyone. So I really want to do a lot to take away the mystique and the mystery and the preconception that you have to look a certain way, or your body has to be a certain amount of flexibility or pliability to do yoga, because that's not the case.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm 46 years old and I have more flexibility now than I had in my 20s.
Wow.
Because of a regular daily yoga practice.
Right.
So even at my advancing age and through my health issue that I will deal with the rest of my life and the challenges that has caused in my body, I can do the poses that I can do, and I can do them in the proper alignment, and not hurt myself. Actually bring healing.
Tell us how folks that may be interested in this can get in touch with you.
I have information on Facebook and Instagram. It's Move Me Brightly Yoga. I mean, I'm just me. I'm just an old hillbilly. I'm an old hippie, and I'm just grateful to help others. And if nothing else comes from sharing my message today, I just really hope that people get an understanding that you have value and you were created enough. That's my premise, that's my message. You are enough, and that's all encompassing, and that doesn't change. Your value never decreases. So
Right.
I'm not less than because of what I've been through.
Well, that's good. We certainly appreciate you having us over to your home and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Coach Hammett, we appreciate you being out here with us today.
Absolutely.
Your girls are 6-2 overall, 2-0 in league play. Talk about how this season has unfolded at this point.
We have, we've had a really good and successful year this year. So far, we're sitting first in our area and won our area last week with a win over, 2 wins over Helena and Pelham throughout the course of the season. And we got off to a good start in Lakeshore this year. We finished first in our division in Lakeshore, and then as the season has gone on, we faced some really good teams throughout the course of the year. So it's been a good year so far, but we still got a lot of work to do.
Your last 2 wins were shutouts, and they were both over your area rivals. What's the motivation of the team when you go in and you absolutely destroy the rivals the way you've been doing this season so far?
Well, I've been very blessed. We have very good players here, and so it makes my job a lot easier. But at the end of the day, it's all about trying to play to a standard, and we're trying to continue to improve our speed of play, our pace of play throughout the course of the game, and throughout each game, we're trying to work on something each week. And so that's sort of an intrinsic motivation from us going forward, because as we go through and get to the playoffs, we're going to be seeing other teams that we're not familiar with, and so we've got to be able to dictate what we do best.
Let me read some of these stats here that a lot of folks may not be familiar with. 2011 5A runner-up in the state, 2012 5A state champs, 2017 6A state champs.
Yeah.
This obviously isn't you guys' first rodeo.
No, it's not. Like I said, I've been blessed over the years everywhere I've been, especially here with really good players. And so it's translated into having great seasons and then ultimately winning a couple of state championships.
That's great. A few more that absolutely blow my mind when I was reading this. Goals per game, 5.4. Assists per game, 4.5. Shots on goal, 422. Goals, 97. And saves per game, 4.3. What does that say about the team, especially these seniors?
They've, all of them have been very instrumental in our success over the last 4 years. There's no question about that. We have, we are a possession style team, but yet we're possession in a sense of we're possessing to attack, not necessarily try to kill the game off. We want to attack, and we do that with the abilities that we have from all the way from our keeper all the way up. Our keepers have a couple assists this year. And that's really hard to do as a goalkeeper. Right. You're on the complete opposite end of the field from where all the attack is happening. So we've been very fortunate in that. And as we go forward, we really are trying to possess the ball through our midfielders and include our midfielders going forward. And it really makes it tough on teams because of the style of play that we have. It's a unique situation because of the talent that we have and the ability that we have to possess the ball and do what we want to do when we want to do it, and it's almost in a sense. But there are times where we get a little frustrated and we do some things out of character. But in terms of the number of shots and all those statistics you're rattling off, it just comes from, we do take a lot of shots, I'm not gonna lie. We take a ton of shots. I wish it weren't as many, but because some of them are probably ill-advised. But at the end of the day, you know, we're still taking shots. You can't score without shooting. So we do take a lot of shots.
Absolutely. But at the same time, that can be an intimidating factor to the team that you're playing, knowing that they're coming in or you're coming into their house, and they know in the back of their mind generally how many shots you guys take per game. So that has to be an intimidating factor, wouldn't you think?
I would think so. I mean, I know when I've been on the other side of that coin, it's very intimidating when you know a team's coming in and they're going to be lighting you up for your defenders and your goalkeepers. And so it is fairly intimidating. And so it's nice to be on the other side of that for a while. But like I said, we work through the midfield and we do a lot of things to try to get a lot of really good looks. And even though we have shot the ball a lot, our quality of looks have gone up in terms of opportunities in front of the goal. We're not taking super terrible shots from really bad angles. We just mishit quite a few of them, and you know, we can send them just about anywhere in the grand scheme of things. But overall, our shot selection has been better, but we're still taking a lot of shots.
Right, right. So tonight, senior night, this group of girls right here, your seniors, what have they meant to the team?
Ooh, okay, that's a bittersweet thing to talk about. They've pretty much been starters since their freshman year. They have meant the world to this program. They will, just off the top of my head, probably leave as the class with the most wins over a 4-year career. They have a potential to be the only class to win 2 state championships. So it's a extremely accomplished class, but we're still not done yet. And so that's the big motivation going forward with this group, is to stay focused, because there are so many more things we can accomplish in spite of what we've already accomplished.
Right. Ladies, I want to go around and have you introduce yourselves, and let's just start here.
Hi, I'm Lexi Duca, number 3. I play attacking mid and I'm a captain.
Hi, my name is Megan Hurley. I'm number 9 and I play left outside back.
Hi, I'm Reagan Bailey, number 24, and I play right outside back.
Hi, I'm Carson Reeves. I'm a center back and a captain.
Hi, I'm Claire Guillen and I play outside mid and I'm also a captain.
Ladies, with this being senior night, what does this game mean? Now, granted, the team that you're playing, you shut them out last time. Is it difficult to get up for a team that you know that you pretty much waxed last time, or is it just business as usual?
It's business as usual, but we also go into the game, and even though we know probably that we'll come out with the win, we go and we work on things that we have for future games, because we know the standard that we have to live up to, and we know the games that we're going to play in the future. So to be able to practice those in a game like this and in a game live situation instead of just at practice is so much better to play in games like this.
What's the communication like between you ladies when you're on the field?
Well, that's a good question. We have ups and downs sometimes, but mostly it's pretty good. Like, we all get talking and it's more positive and upbeat, but when we face adversity, that's when we kind of, get at each other and kind of talk back to one another. But overall, since this season, like, we're 16-2, like you said, it's just been an upbeat, and like we encourage each other and we say, hey, look here, pass here, look, take a shot, like, good job. We have our center backs talking to the midfield's talking to the forwards, and then it just reverses, and everybody talks to each other, so it's really good.
Well, guys, we certainly wish you the best of luck tonight, and enjoy your senior night, and just know that we'll be in the stands rooting for you. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
We're here today talking with Coach Lee Miller. Coach Miller is the varsity boys soccer coach. Coach, we appreciate you having us out here today. 11-9 overall, 3-1 in league play. and the last stat is the one that means the most. So tell us about the early parts of the season, your expectations, and how this team kind of came together, especially during the league play.
Yeah, we knew we were going to have a good team this year, and we kind of expected to come out a little bit better, and I think we struggled a little early on in the season. Lost some tight games against some really good competition, but we've peaked later in the season, which is the best time to peak. And last week we won 2 emotional tight games against area opponents, and that left us in first place in the area and a second straight area championship. So we're proud of that.
Probably the most exciting game I remember seeing in all my years of watching soccer was the win that you guys had at Pelham at their place. It goes into overtime, and then after overtime, you guys win it in penalty kicks. What did that do for this team?
Well, if you'll remember the game before that, or not, the area game before that, when we played Helena, we blew a lead over here and lost our opening area game to them, and that put us in a bad spot, and we knew that. So we knew we had to get a result at Pelham, and obviously that game could have gone either way, and for it to go our way really gave us a boost and gave us hope that we could not only make the playoffs, but we could get back in the area championship hunt, and we did. And obviously we ended up winning the area, which was great for us.
After an emotional win like the Pelham win, and then you have to turn right around and play another area foe in Helena, how do you keep the motivation and how do you keep the motivation up for this team?
Well, in that situation, we scheduled those 2 games in the same week, and we didn't schedule anything else. So we kind of knew that second week after spring break was the week where everything was going to happen. At that point, I don't really feel like I had to make these guys focused. I think they knew what was at stake, and they showed up when it mattered most. So I'm happy with that.
Well, we know that when Pelham came in here last week, based on the last time you guys played them, that it was going to be an emotional game, it was going to be another physical game, and it started out shaping up the same way.
Sure.
What did you tell you guys at halftime? Because at halftime, you guys were still knotted up at 0-0.
Yeah, we felt like it was going to come down to a moment, and we know that they have some special players, and we really talk a lot about defending. We feel like we struggled a little bit defensively early in the season, and we cleaned that up now. And we feel like that if we defend and we can keep somebody out, that sooner or later our playmakers will make a play and get us a goal, and hopefully that'll be enough to win the game, and it proved to be true against Pelham.
You guys had the support of the crowd here. The girls soccer team was here, probably one of the biggest crowds that I've seen. What does that do for the team, especially the guys coming off the bench, or just knowing that it's a huge area game like this?
It was electric. It was huge for us. I think these guys can tell you that it really gives you a boost when you got that home support, and those fans are backing you and cheering for you. And the sound, I'll never forget the sound when that ball went in the back of the net. The sound of the crowd cheering and that uproar. And it really, as an athlete and as a coach, and I know it really it helps you. I guess appreciate the moment and appreciate all the hard work you put in when you see it pay off like that.
Absolutely. Now, tonight is senior night.
Correct.
Chilton County, you guys went up to Chilton County last time and won 7-2.
Right.
As far as Chilton County is no pushover. So what are you expecting from playing Chilton County now?
Well, they have one of the best players that nobody's ever heard of. And although some people have heard of him now, but he is a tremendous forward that gave us fits last time. We feel like we can score some goals against them. We got to finish and put them away, because if you keep them in it, that guy is a really special player, and he'll get us. So we're going to have to defend first, take care of that end, and we believe that our playmakers will give us the goals that we need to win the game.
With it being senior night, these guys that are standing right beside you, what have they meant to you?
Well, when they got here, we were in a lull in our history where we weren't performing quite as well as we had before. And so this is kind of a group, you can give them credit for coming in and kind of lifting us back up to the top level. And they've won a tremendous number of big games. You can see their development coming from a long way away when they were young players. And we pointed to this year saying when this group gets to be seniors, we're going to be really good. And they've delivered on that promise. So I'm really proud of them and appreciative of them for their work.
Guys, I want to go around and have you introduce yourself, and then I want to talk to a couple of you.
I'm Lando Nichols, and I'm a striker for Chelsea High School.
Anthony Natuno, I'm attacking midfielder.
Tyler Weber, I'm a goalkeeper.
Nick Ayers, I'm a center back.
Wilson Parker, I'm a left back.
Tucker Beavers, midfielder.
Guys, with this being your last senior night and a game against Chilton County, does the level of the competition diminish the fact of how big of a night this is, or does it just motivate you to play even harder?
I'm just worried about playoffs, so this is an opportunity for us to practice and get better as a team. So that's pretty much it in my mind.
The two of you guys have already signed scholarships, Lando and Tony. You guys tell us where you're headed after high school.
I'm going to Itawamba Community College to play soccer.
And I'm playing at University of Montevallo.
Let's check with these other guys and see what their plans are after high school.
My plan is to join the United States Air Force.
I'm going to Auburn University.
I'm going to Harding University.
I'll be going to Jeff State, then transferring to Auburn.
The guys behind you and the guys on the team, what have they meant to you?
Everything. We've put in so much work together to get this far, and I think we're going to get pretty far in playoffs. So I don't think I can name a better group to do it with.
What a lot of people don't see is what you guys go through in practice. Is that where the team is built?
I think since the season's coming more to an end and with playoffs on the way, I think practice has really kind of helped bring everybody closer and allowed us to work harder now that the things are getting more serious with playoffs in the future.
We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you having us.
The first show is in the books. We appreciate our sponsors, and if there's a story that you would like for us to cover in Chelsea, reach out to me. Like and share our page, and we will see you next month. Take care, Chelsea.